I am in the middle of canning my tomato sauce. I've made videos about this before, but I just wanted to bring you into my kitchen and show you what I'm up to on a Tuesday evening. It's almost 8 o'clock and I already processed my tomatoes, which was really just cooking it for a little bit until they became very soft, and most of them were in the freezer already. That's where I collect them, and once they soften up enough, then I put them in through the blender and put them to a strainer. And I've made videos about that before, and I put a link up here for you to watch that. It's a really quick process to do your tomatoes that way. And then after I had strained them, strained out the seeds and the skin, then I cooked it for another hour, simmered it, whereas it's thick enough for me to bottle it. So I'm assuming it's gonna give me about 4 quarts. So I'm just quickly boiling my jars. I'm not gonna turn in my oven today just to sterilize my jars, so I'm gonna do it in here, and hopefully that will be enough for me, these 4 jars, for that amount, because I think I have exactly 4 quarts in here based on the size of this pot. This is an 8-quart pot. So the way I can my tomato sauce, sometimes I do put in basil. Today I don't feel like doing that. I always put salt, so 1 quart, well, this is the salt actually. So 1 quart of tomato sauce, I'm gonna put half a teaspoon of canning salt. And this time I'm also gonna put a little bit of sugar, like a tablespoon of sugar in each jar, because it tends to be a little bit acidic when I'm ready to use it, and I always end up putting sugar, so I'm just gonna put sugar in it. So today I'm gonna take some shortcuts, sort of the lazy way of doing things. Normally I would just use the oven to sterilize my jars. So I already poured out the water out of these jars as I take them out from the canner. You have to be extremely careful with this. That's why I prefer to use the oven method. It's much easier to remove them from the oven. You almost need 2 hands to get this lifted up. Oh, it's hot. I'm just gonna drain them a little bit so I don't have water inside. And I think I'm gonna need more water into my canner. That will be good. I like the water level to be above my jars. Let's tune that up a little. Alright, so I'm gonna start loading my jars. As I said, I'll have a teaspoon of salt in each. You really don't need salt. I'm just adding that out of habit. Vegetables are naturally salty to begin with, but I feel better if I do. So 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm gonna put my lids and my rings into the hot water as well, right into the canner, like that. And I'm gonna load the tomato sauce. Start from here. What do you use your tomato sauce for? I like to actually make virgin Bloody Mary out of them. Also, I like to make tomato soup. I like to use it for chicken tortilla soup. I can also add some into curry if I have an open jar. And I do like to have pint size as well, because that's more useful for those type of things. But that's pretty much it, what I use it for. That's why it's not so thick, because for all those applications, this is the perfect consistency. I don't have to reduce this any longer. I would like to say I was perfectly sizing this up to be 4 quarts. Oh yes, this needs a little, maybe a little for this one, and a little for this one. And I have maybe a tablespoon left in this. All right, that was perfect. Actually, I could put some more in this one. I kind of like to do it like maybe a ½ an inch headspace. So pretty much halfway on the neck or halfway on the thread, so not much headspace. So let's wipe it now with a paper towel, wet paper towel. Make sure we don't have any issues with the seal. So everything is very hot right now. The jar is hot, the tomato sauce is hot, and my lid's gonna be hot too, taking it out from here. And my canning water is already boiling, so obviously that's hot. Let me fish these out. I like to make this as quick as possible because I'm gonna be doing multiples of these, like probably every third day. I'm gonna be canning tomato because they all come together all at once. I pick them almost every day and I just put them in bags into the freezer, and then when I have enough to can, I'll just can them. Okay, start putting this into the canner now. And once I have filled my canner with these and I have the right amount of water in it, I'm gonna be water bath boiling this for 20 minutes. Technically for tomato juice or sauce, you can boil it as long as you want, really. But there's no need overdoing it. So my jars are covered. I like to cover them just a little bit with about a ½ inch water. That way I know everything's gonna heat up evenly, heat through. And I'll just process this simmering gently for 20 minutes. It's steamy. It's all done. I'm gonna remove these jars now. I'll let them cool overnight. And then tomorrow morning, once it's cooled and sealed, I'm gonna take off the rings and then label them with a date, and they go to the pantry. See you next time.